everyone, and welcome back to another A to Z of videography. And today we are on the letter M, which is montage. Now, a montage is used in many different arts across it, and the actual definition has a lot of big words that I found. A montage in video, so it's the video editing terminology used to describe a sequence of shots in which they are assembled such that they are in juxtaposition of each other and communicate the mood or theme or idea of the video. Generally, a montage is bridged with crossfades and will include music that the film is set to for added emotion. So that's the definition of a montage in the film world, but basically, to break that down, a montage is normally a non-verbal sequence that's used within film to highlight different elements or set a scene for the viewer, so that you understand a lot more about a character, or if you actually want to establish a scene, for example. So there's a few different things that you can use a montage for. Now, obviously, using a montage, it can completely depend on the film and the scenery and stuff like that, on what you would utilise it for. So actually, a montage isn't used in every film sequence, or are you just not noticing when a montage is being used to highlight a certain thing? So to determine whether or not there is a montage in something that you've recently watched, these are a few examples of how filmmakers use a montage to develop different things. So people use a montage for speeding up time, so you'll see an element of each different scene that may have happened to actually then show off the fact that time has passed on. So for example, you might see a flower growing, and there then might be different shots of a child then aging through their lifespan, or you might even see the building of a house being happened, but in stages, and then you'll see a family moving in and out and stuff like that. So montages are utilised for showing the passing of time, which is a really nice way of using it. Now, one thing that you wouldn't really have thought of a montage is actually making people laugh. Now, in a lot of comedies, there is a montage sequence of funny things that happen that actually tell the audience more about the character and actually highlights who they are, what they do, and it gives a better comedic effect because it is giving the audience so much more information in a short space of time, and then that way it makes the whole element of the film a lot funnier. So those little short montage sequence are actually really good for comedy films. This is actually perfectly demonstrated in the film Step Brothers, where it shows the brothers' relationship development, which highlights their characters in many different ways. So if you haven't seen Step Brothers, go and give it a watch and find the little montage sequence in there that shows their relationship bonding, which I think is a really good way of doing it. Now, the final way, or one of the final ways that we use montages in film is actually developing a character's backstory. Now, this can be really important, especially if you've got a short film, of telling the audience lots of snippets of information at once so they can understand who the character is before they come on screen. So sometimes you might see right at the start of a film there is a sequence of images or shots of a character, and then you kind of go, oh, okay, this must be the main character, and you see them doing certain things, and then they then come on in an actual scene, say something, and then your brain clicks and go, ah, we saw that right at the beginning. So it's to give the audience a background on certain characters. So these are just a great few ways that you can use montage within film sequences, and actually you can highlight different areas of a product or a service using a montage. For example, in an advert, a product advert, you can have a montage of sequence of different people using that product. Yeah, it's a great filming technique. So that's all for the A to Z of videography this week, and I'll see you on the next letter.